Hi, this is James again. I wanted to go ahead and give you a little bit different today, just kind of not like a book review, but kind of like a game review. This is something that I use in therapy quite a bit for visual processing. The main thing that I do this for is to really work on visual guidance of a motor activity versus motor manipulation, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But the game is called, I'll hold this up, called Brick by Brick, and it's by the company called Think Fun. And anytime that you can get anything by the company Think Fun, it's usually a pretty good activity. This comes with multiple different types of cards that have a picture of what they are supposed to build out of these bricks. So the first thing I do is I kind of lay them out in front of the patient, and I ask them just to tell me what they see, okay? And I'm trying to interpret if they, looking at them, can come up with different than just, I see blocks, okay? So they can say, I see blocks, they can say, I see red blocks, but I want them to begin to see that each set of blocks is actually 3 bricks. But the difference is the configuration of each of the 3 bricks. So all of them are blocks, but all of them have 3 distinct patterns that those bricks are placed into to make that 3 brick block. So as we do this, the whole point is to be able to see the parts in the whole, or the whole picture out of the individual parts. So I'll take this and I'll give it to them, and then they have to take their blocks and begin to build until they replicate this picture here. And the goal that I'm looking for is, a lot of times you'll see them, they'll begin to take this one, and then they'll stack this one, and then they'll put this one, and they just kind of motor manipulate. They begin to just kind of do all sorts of configurations, and then they'll set one down and then they'll put it across. My goal is, after I've let them work on that, and hopefully not to the place of frustration, but to the place where they're recognizing this is not working, I'll take the picture back out and say, okay, I want you to look at that picture. And then using a pen or a pointer, not marking on the card, but I'll hold up a block and I'll say, okay, now let's use our eyes. If I have, how many blocks do I have on that bottom row? And they'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 on that bottom row, okay? Well, let's look and see, what do we have here that could give us 5 on that bottom row? And so they can say, oh, this one gives me 3, all right? So now, if I have 3, how many more do I need? Oh, I need 2 more. And so they can look, and they can, maybe they'll pick this one. And visual guidance, if it's motor guidance, maybe they'll just put it here, but then we see that this is coming out the wrong direction. So visually we say, oh, is anything coming outside of that bottom? No, it's not. So we've got to move that around the other direction. So now, how many are on that second row? And can you see if we have this piece here represented 1, 2, 3, then that next piece has to be 1, 2, 3. We can now see the part out of the whole picture. So now they know they're looking for this piece, and they can place it. So we have 2 now, and then we have these 2. So that means we have to have 2 more to make that 4 on the bottom. So therefore they know they can take that 4th one. And now the visual processing really begins, because now they have this odd shape to complete the pyramid. And I've seen them take it and try to place it this way. I've seen them try to place it upside down. I've seen them do it multiple ways. I've even taken them and said, okay, now I want you to get down so that it's in line with it, okay? And so that they can see where that actually fits together. And so now they have matched the parts to the whole, and they've looked at the whole picture and seen the individual parts. Once they do that, and we talk about it a little bit, then I'll take and mix it back up and give it back to them to do. So now they have a little bit of visual memory helping them, a little bit of motor memory helping them, because they've already done it, but we're still working at seeing the parts out of the whole picture, seeing how vision guides the activity of putting it together, and it's not just randomly motor manipulation trying to put it together. Okay, so anyway, very basic. There's bunches of these cards. I think there's like 64 different cards that they can choose from. So it's a really good activity for visual processing. Sometimes after you've done a really high level of convergence and divergence or an accommodative load, this is something that is a little bit more easy on the eyes, but yet still gives you good therapy practice. So hope you enjoy it. Again, Brick by Brick by Think Fun. So enjoy, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.